All right, we're not the quietest family. Moving right along at 17 minutes past 8 o'clock. Here at Sunrise, you know that we like to spread the love. But now we need your help with a very special Season of Love event. Next Friday, we are holding a Renew Your Vows ceremony and a commitment ceremony in Brisbane. And you're all invited to take part.
Now, we actually got the idea from Seal. You remember earlier this week he was on the show telling us about renewing his wedding vows every year. The latest one was hillbilly style with his supermodel wife, Heidi Klum. And he was the nicest bloke, the coolest bloke, and he was telling him this, and we thought,
if it's cool enough for him,
exactly right.
It's cool enough for all of you boys. Well, let's learn a little more. And girls, I know, but often the boys are the ones that have to be kicked along in the romance department. Anyway, let's find out more about these ceremonies and what they really mean and how they can help your relationship. Well, Daily Messenger has been a celebrant for 35 years. And we're also joined by Anne Hollonds from Relationships Australia.
Hi,
Good
guys.
morning to you. Daly, if I'll start with you, can you explain the difference for us between a Renew Your Vows ceremony and a commitment ceremony?
Sure. It's nice to be leader of the pack for the Season of Love, I might say. The renewal of vows is for people that have been married, and they renew their vows on an anniversary or at a time when they feel that some people separate, come back together again. Some people have had a really tacky marriage, and later on they decide to they focus on the ceremony and they want something really meaningful. So there's a kind of a wide range of renewal of vows ceremonies. Commitment ceremony is when you're not married. Most of the commitment ceremonies that my colleagues and I do, and I know Greg Evans is going to do, a top celebrant by the way, he's going to do for you next week, is most of them are for gay and lesbian couples. There's not that many heterosexual couples have commitment ceremonies, but some of them get a bit terrified by the cultural conventions around a marriage, and the big M word scares them. So sometimes a commitment ceremony is like a big engagement in a way, that they're committing themselves to get married later. Yeah.
Now, are you finding these are becoming more popular, more people doing it, you know, following in Seal and Heidi Klum's steps?
Oh, I got to tell you, Koshy, that in my life as a celebrant, I've done you know, hundreds and hundreds of renewal of vows, and they really mean a lot to people. And they've been around for a long time, except they don't get on your Sunrise program that often, you know, but there's plenty of them out there, and he does his every year, but people do it 5 years, 10 years. The most popular are 25 years, 50 years and 60 years, and they're really wonderful events. And people, and it's great for a celebrant because the ceremony is the really main event. You know, sometimes with a wedding, people get diverted by the bridesmaid's shoes and so on. But when you have a renewal of vows, you know, people really want the ceremony, and they put a lot of time and preparation and rehearsal into it. And they're very moving events and very meaningful events, and they strengthen not only the relationship between the couple, but also the relationship within the family and with the friends that are there.
Oh, good.
Wonderful. Yeah. Sensational. Yeah.
So, Anne, then from your viewpoint, relationships, how important are they for relationships? And do they bring back a bit of the, I guess, even remind one another why you're together?
Absolutely. With so many relationships in trouble these days, we need to find ways of reconnecting and renewing and refreshing our relationship, because we live a lot longer than we used to. So if we're going to try and make our partnership last the distance, we need to have some rituals and ceremonies. Now, not everyone will want to do it publicly, but some will, and indeed it's about sort of letting each other know why you love each other, what it is about the partnership that makes you want to be there, and how, you know, the commitment you're making to the next period of your life.
And you see lots of couples. Can you notice a difference between those that do renew their vows and those that maybe don't? Does it make for a lasting relationship?
Well, look, I think those that will choose to have a ritual of reconnection somehow, like these ceremonies, they're the ones that have really given it some thought. They've decided, well, look, you know, we've maybe had a hard time in the past and we've got over that, or we love each other so much, it's time to kind of tell the world again, we're here for the long haul, we love each other, and this is why we love each other. Those relationships do have a special quality about them, and I think it's about, you know, partners really giving each other the message that you're important to me, you're special to me, and I'm here to stay.
Okay.
Sounds gorgeous. Thank you, Anne, very much for that. Dally, thank you. Thank you for your time and
Good on you.
telling us all
Mel,
how
yeah.
important it is. It's really lovely. So, now that
That's
we've...
the best of luck next week. I hope it goes well.
Thank you. Oh, so do we. Well, we're going to put the call out now. So, Dally was telling you what we're doing is we are after as many couples as possible to take part in our 2 love ceremonies. Now, they will be held at South